my favorite friends. This is Mrs. Berger, and I'm joined by the lovely
Mrs. Lamb.
And we're going to talk to you today about dividing fractions, but specifically with models or pictures, right? Pictures of modeling the division of fractions.
So our learning target, I can model the division of fractions and
we can show our work on paper.
And we can show our work on paper.
Yeah,
okay.
We're going to have to write some of these models down.
Yes.
So down here we can actually see our first problem, but it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to rewrite it. So this is a model of 3 divided by 1/4. So when I model the division of fractions, when I'm looking at a whole number divided by a fraction, I want to start with the whole number. I have 3 things. So yeah, here's 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, right?
You could probably use any sort of
any sort of shape. I find circles to be challenging.
I do too.
Because we want to make sure when we're splitting them we have even pieces.
Yeah.
And sometimes with the circles it's hard. So I normally will do a rectangle, but you could use a circle, right? So I have 3 things. I like to cross it off like a bad ex-boyfriend, bad ex-girlfriend, so I don't factor in that number anymore. I don't even think about it. It's like I have 3, boom, done with you, boo, on to the next. And then I split them into groups of 4, right? So each one has a 4th, right? 4 1/4 pieces. So boom, again, you get rid of it like a bad ex-boyfriend, bad ex-girlfriend. And now your new groups is how many things of 1 do I have, right? So I just count them separately. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 of those 1 pieces, because now 1 piece is a whole group. I could check mathematically to make sure I'm correct. So I could just double check my answer. Remember, when I divide fractions, I keep, change, flip. So, and then, wait, watch this magic. Top times the top, bottom times the bottom. Well, look at that there. My math matches my model, which means I'm correct. So, boom, nailed it, mic drop. Let's make up one.
Okay, and I'm trying to remember it was.
It was 4 divided by 1/2.
Do I have a marker?
No. You do now.
Okay, 4 divided by 1/2. All right. Whoops. That's a 2.
Ooh, that was crazy too.
That's a crazy 2. Okay, 4 divided by 1/2. So I'm going to make my 4 holes.
You want to do circles? Show them the circles or no?
I will certainly show.
Yeah, let's do circles.
Okay, because you might see those on, I don't know, a test or something.
You might see a circle.
You might see a circle. So I'm going to try to make my circles all relatively the same size, my hole. So now I have 4 of them, like a bad X. They're gone.
Right, done.
I'm going to now divide them into halves. So I'm going to just
boom, split them right down the middle.
And they're not perfectly, perfect, but okay.
It's okay.
So
Not
like
all
a bad
models
X,
are perfect.
like a bad X, they're gone. And now my groups are 1s. Okay. Now I'm going to do it just a little bit different. I'm going to Miss Berger touch counted. I'm going to number count. I'm just going to put 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8. Excessive, extra, but that's where I have. There's my 1 group, my 2nd group, my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th group. So I have 8 groups of 1/2 in 4. And if I'm checking 4 divided by 1/2, 4 over 1. And can I get another color for me, please? I'm going to keep change flip to just check to make sure. 4 over 1 times 2 over 1. Multiply the tops, 8. Multiply the bottoms, 1.
8 over 1 is 8.
And that equals,
Which means they match.
ta-da!
So, but what if the numerator is not a 1, right?
Yeah.
So, and then what if it doesn't work out till I have a whole number answer? So it can get a little trickier. So let me remind myself of the problem I'm going to do. Okay, so what if I have 5 divided by 2/3?
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
group. Oh.
So, so I have 5, right? With division, we start with something and then we split it, right? I have 5 things. Okay, so I'm going to make just kind of like 5. They're not all going to be perfect, but we're going to make 1, 2, 3. 4. Going over to Mrs. Lamb's side.
That's all right.
So I have 5 things, so I cross off that number. I don't want it to confuse me, right? So I'm done with the 5. Now I move on. I'm going to break each whole thing into thirds, right? So I just draw 2 lines. So each one has 3 pieces.
It's kind of, yeah.
Right? Right? So, but now I'm done with that. Like a bad ex-boyfriend, bad ex-girlfriend.
Gone.
I get rid of that number. So now 2 is my new group. So now 2 pieces is one whole group. So I'm going to do kind of similar to what Mrs. Lamb did with the numbers. And I'm going to have 1, 1. 2 pieces is one whole group. 2, 2. And I kind of like to circle them. 3, 3.
Ah,
4,
I like it.
4. 5, 5. 6, 6. 7, 7. But wait a minute, I can't make an 8th group. So I have 7 whole groups, and then I have this 1 out of a group of 2 left over. Not 7 1/3. Remember, we got rid of that ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. That's why we cross it off, right? We're done with that number. We're now 2 pieces is one whole group. So I have 1 out of a group of 2. So that can be a little tricky, but I'm going to check it mathematically. So I have 5 over 1 divided by 2 over 3. So I'm going to keep, change, flip, right? I like to write it right on top. So 5 over 1 times 3 over 2. All right, I see if I can cross simplify. I can't. I have 5 times 3, sorry, I'm going fast, 15. 1 times 2, 2. I'll take a breather there, and then now I have that improper fraction, and I have to make it a mixed number. 15 divided by 2. Okay, 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. 15 minus 14 is 1, and looky there, 7, and I travel 1/2. So 7 and 1/2, and then the math I did matches that model I did. So just be careful with that denominator. That's why we get rid of those ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, so they don't come back to haunt us.
That's a really good idea.
It's also a life lesson.
And all of the visuals plus the checking.
Right?
You gotta show you
Yeah.
You got it's just one
It's
of
a
those
lot of things.
Yeah.
But I knew I was right, so I could confidently turn in that answer. All right, guys, if you're confused, watch that next video. But if not, go work on that assignment page.
See you on the flip side.